duelist?
He's a super strong duelist, and like,
What is his name?
he's a strong duelist. Like,
Question is not to you, Nuki. Eh?
Yeah, Nuki, bro.
I mean, I'm trying to get educated too. Who?
Like, the duelist of the team of Bilibili Gaming, bro.
Yeah.
Knight
is a strong player, bro.
然后我还注意到对面的决斗者阿丽丝在赛前采访嘛，他说他不知道 BOG 的决斗者是谁。然后我现在打完这场比赛，我想问他，你现在记住我没有？
I think it's Jose, mate. No. Yeah, I know it's Weezy. I know it's Weezy, though. Yeah, we knew we were gonna win. We knew we were gonna win. Listen, like, we ain't losing to Zeta. You know what I mean? We ain't losing to Zeta. We ain't losing to Bilibili again. Trust me, right now, we'll be in playoffs, and we're guaranteed. I promise you that.
Oh, some strong words there from both Artis and YZ, and as you guys can see on the desk, we've been sworn, we've been influenced by the Chinese team. Now even Vanity is holding a Bilibili banner. Let's go! I mean, I feel like after that EDG game, you got to be on the train, right? You have to be on it.
100%. I think watching YZ and Bianca is really fun, so I'm with it.
What's their mascot called? I need to know the name. It's adorable. I don't know if you can see this
Maybe
on
we
the
can
camera.
get
It's
you
the cutest
as the
thing in the
new-
world. Can I get the full outfit? I want to be dressed, by the end of today, I want to be dressed in the entire outfit.
I'm with it, I'm with it. Welcome, by the way, Tom, to the desk. And
you.
also, I'm joined by Vanity here, of course. But let's talk about YZ versus Artis. Of course, Artis is a well-established duelist. We've seen him achieve greats. Tom, he's lifted a trophy, but tell me...
with the MEA.
Tell me why YZ is a formidable opponent for him, though.
Might be one of the best judge players ever to exist. No offense, Vanity. And I know you're a big fan, but like this guy kind of takes the biscuit a little bit. But
It's not fair. He gets to play Raze.
That is true. So you're saying on the Raze, you reckon you go toe to toe?
No, absolutely not. I couldn't satchel like that, but I'd probably look more impressive, you know?
Okay. Yeah, no, he's just been pulling off some of the most ridiculous plays, and him versus Artis, it's going to be an exciting matchup. I do think maybe on the Raze he pips him to the post, but on the Jet, I'm not so sure.
Actually, how do you rate YZ's judge as a you know, judging?
Connoisseur, as a connoisseur.
Yeah. From one to Vanity, where does he fit?
I watched him go up and down the rope on split like 5 times and kill people, and it's 10 out of 10.
Oh, a
Wait,
10 out of 10.
Is one good?
Tom, before we derail this, let's just send over to Doug, who's standing by with FNS.
Hey, very quick question for you before you go in. You played so well against NRG last time, but they're known to watch film. They are known to learn from their losses. How do you make sure you win again today?
所以说也想问一下我们小编的是，其实你们上一次面对 NRG 是打得非常的漂亮，也获得了胜利。但是 NRG 这支队伍一直以来他们都非常善于可能说回顾过去的比赛录像，然后从失败当中学习，怎么样能够确保在这一次再次的击败他们呢？
我觉得每个队伍都会这方面做得很好吧。我觉得这问题还是要留给 NRG， 就 NRG 你们准备好了。
I believe all the teams were all really good at started films, learn from the losses, and also this is the lesson that we should left to NRG, that what they should do more preparation. So we'll see on the stage. So get ready, NRG.
Good luck to you today.
That was, in fact, Bianca, the IGL, the finesse has to go up against and try and take down the second time around. And let's talk about this revenge rematch situation, because we have seen NRG, Optic, Envy, however you want to call them, go through these situations quite a few times. And Tom, the records dictate they're pretty good at it. The second time they faced a team that have beaten them before, they're well prepared.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. They always go deep in tournaments. Even though they seem to suck in that first match, every single time they've struggled against the likes of Zersha. That was we were calling that their bogey team. I think it's actually more just the fact that they're just not that good in the early matches. It takes some time to wake up, I guess.
I think like the heat up to the LAN environment, I think EEG is another team that benefits from that a lot. I think like the longer they're in tournaments, like the better form the players are in, like the more they are used to the environment. I think that's, I don't know, it just works for them.
Yeah, and Chet Finesse, they've overcome situations like this so many times before. But also, I want to talk about potential record that could be broken today, because Victor on the side of NRG is just 31 kills away from overtaking his former teammate Ye as the global leader kills
ridiculous.
of all time, Vanity. And in this best of 3, I feel like Victor probably can do it. 31 kills, he's done that before easily.
I think Vic can do that, for sure. But that KPR from Ye is so insane.
He just needs to play more events than him, and then he's able to finally get past him. Like, it does just show how ridiculously good Ye was, that he can just not even be in the contention of Tokyo and still be #1 right now.
Yeah, I mean, earlier I teased you guys with the fact that we have Finesse in the building. We do have him. He is standing by with Doug.
Finesse, very quickly before you go in, it's very well known NRG don't lose rematches, but BLG pushed you in ways that nobody expected. How do you deal with Bianca? How do you deal with YZ today?
Just focus on our game. I think if we're the better team, we should be able to come out on top, and if we focus on our game, we should be fine.
Best of luck to you today, bro.
I expected a little more smack talk than that. What did you make of that, Vanity?
I don't think Finesse is like a big talker
Yeah.
a lot of the time. Like, he talks on Twitter and stuff, but I think like during tournaments and stuff, he's kind of keeps to himself.
Yeah.
They've got artists for that. You don't need 2 guys to smack talk. You just give artists the reins if you want some smack talk, and if you want a rational answer, you give it to Finesse.
I mean, this Finesse Bianca head-to-head is quite interesting, of course. Bianca, he's a fragging IGL.
Oh, yeah.
Vanity, I know you're a big fan of him as well.
I mean, I think he's incredible. Obviously, I haven't watched a ton of him. I watched a few of the games in the qualifying thing, but I think here he's really shown up on LAN. I think typically I feel like IGLs tend to play pretty well on LAN. I don't know why, but it's something in the water.
I like the fact they put international matches 1 on there. That's very toxic. The fact that the BLG are just getting here, it's not fair.
Hey, 100% win rate against NRG,
True,
all right?
true.
So we'll see what's going to happen. This is a rematch, and I can't wait to see if we're going to get the same maps as last time. So let's send it down to Coach Chet and Jackson and find out where we're going to be heading to today.
So, BLG, you come from the upper bracket, so you'll be the higher seed. Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So, NRG, you'll be Team A, and we will start with your first ban.
Band split.
Ban split. Your ban? Haven. And then map number 1 from NRG.
Bind.
Bind. Side on bind.
Defense.
Defense. And map number 2.
Ascent.
Ascent. Side on ascent.
Defense. Defense.
Defense. Okay, next set of bans starting with NRG. You have Fracture, Lotus, and Pearl.
Band Pearl.
They ban Pearl. Your ban, you have Fracture and Lotus.
Fracture.
Fracture. So map number 3, it will be Lotus, NRG, side on Lotus.
We take attack.
Okay, so I'm going to run through this. First set of bans, we have NRG with Split, BLG with Haven. Map number 1 is Bind with BLG on defense. Map number 2 is Ascend with NRG on defense. Next set of bans are Pearl and Fracture. Map 3 Decider is Lotus with NRG on attack. All right, good luck to you both.
Good luck. Good luck.
NRG. Bilibili.
It's the fight for the final spot at playoffs, and it comes down to NRG and Bilibili. On paper, it looks simple. NRG should be the clear favorites, but let's not forget, Tom, the only reason that they are in this spot right now is because they lost to Bilibili.
Well, that's the fact of the matter is they banned Split, which almost shows that there's that little bit of extra fear of the judge, but I think it's a good call. Like, move away from a map that they clearly were very comfortable on, and we're going to be kicking things off, I believe, on Bind, which is a very good map for NRG.
Best thing is, I think Bind is actually the best judge map, so I'm excited for this.
Yeah, well, that's all you care about.
You live in Hookah on that map.
By average like gunfight distance, it's the shortest, so the judge is the best.
He knows, he's brought out the receipts, but this is the thing though, right? Who would have thought that this is going to be the two teams out for the last spot? I think the crowd is almost 50-50. We're hearing loads of cheers for NRG as you would expect, but also a lot of cheers for Bilibili too. So shout out to all the Bilibili and NRG
The crowds
fans
just
in the
go
crowd.
in. That's what you're saying. They cheer for everybody.
It's
That's
a
what we like to
great
see.
atmosphere here. But let's talk about that Bind, you know, outside of potentially the judge and how great NRG are historically on this map. It is going to be a rematch. Bilibili, they also will be able to do their own preparations as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think that even coming in with that preparation, a lot of the time this is a map that's quite freeing for artists, especially on that defensive side. He's going to be able to get quite aggressive. I think on the other side of things, they're playing the Cypher Viper, so looking for a lot of different trap plays around the back of the orbs. So I think it's going to be interesting, the differences in the styles of play.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is that Artis like kind of just took over when he was on Chamber on Bind.
Yeah.
I think the worrying thing for NRG is they didn't look as convincing on Bind as they typically do in their last matchup. I don't think that's going to happen again, but
they're probably not against a Neon this time.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the other thing.
I'm just looking at Artis. I think he's going to take over again.
Yeah, you say this, but we'll never know what changes these teams could be bringing us. Bilibili, some of the other maps, they also play some crazy comps as well, so not out of the question, let's put it that way.
If they pull out the FPX comp, I'm leaving the desk. I'm just saying that. I don't want to see that come over again.
You just got here. We are going to head to the Prime Gaming Agent Select very, very shortly. But yes, we will have a chamber on one side, something that actually we do see quite often these days, especially on a map like Bind. It's not a niche pick.
I think Chamber is coming back into meta on a few maps. I think he's a really strong agent. I don't think he gets enough like love. Even though the agent's like really annoying, I think it has a lot of value on a lot of maps, and I think it's something teams are going to start leaning into going forward.
Yeah, as you guys can see here is the Prime Gaming Agent Select. Nothing too crazy. I think it's all in all what we expected, Tom.
No, I think one of the other battles that's going to be very exciting is going to be that Raze battle. I don't think it's crazy to say it, but I think that, again, the roles are slightly different. A lot of the time, Victor is more of a sacrificial lamb a lot of the time when it comes to this team, whereas on the other side of things, I'm expecting judge plays soon. Yeah. I'm expecting hyper-aggression, levels of insanity, and it worked last time, so I'm a bit worried for NRG in that regard.
I mean, they do have a utility to be able to flush them out, though, Vanity. You know, Crashies in there, Finesse Mollies, some Mollies, Nades, and so on. So they should be just dumping that at Wisely, surely.
He can also use a rifle and an op, so it's not like he's only a judge player, right? I think he's really explosive, and I think that this map realistically probably will come down to like a YZ versus Victor duel.
Yeah, and reminder, Victor, 31 kills away from overtaking. Yay, our players are set and ready to kick off. We are ready to kick off map 1. Let's send it over to your casters. It's Pansy and Baller.
Yeah, so I have stolen Doug's man for a moment here, but, you know, what can I say? We had NRG coming out, had to get that NA representation,
Oh, yeah.
right?
100%.
Absolutely, but talk to me about them percentages here, right? Because on paper, we've got a repeat matchup. We've got a lower bracket run. Baller, none of this is looking good for Bilibili. Let's be honest here. What are the win conditions?
Yeah.
Give me something. Give me one strand to look at. If I see that in game, maybe I think, okay, they got a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a revenge match, not just a repeat match, so it's even tougher. But, I mean, you're looking at that first matchup and you're thinking, whoa, why has he just took it to him with the judge?
Yep.
And now that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do.
Okay.
But I'll be real, it's going to be tough to do that against NRG, who's now prepped for that. Now Victor knows what it tastes like to feel the judge in his face. Artist as well, he knows his name now. So you're going to have to come up with a little bit more to it too. So starting on this defense on Bind, you see them playing that Fnatic comp. You see them already setting up only one player just with the Cypher util on this side of the map. Whereas the Cypher's actually playing K-Knight on the A side, looking to get some mollies down with Yosemite. Dang, I'm turning British already.
Yeah, I've been panicking the whole time about that, and you did it first. Fantastic.
That's crazy.
But again, I'm liking this. I like that NRG are being a little cautious. They're taking their time. They kind of implied that attention towards B early on with a touch of utility, but they haven't overly responded to this yet.
Yeah, I like how they feint that they're taking hookah control. That's to bait out some utility from Bilibili. And nothing comes out, so Yosemite is going to have a tough time doing anything. Look at them continue to walk, find the trips. Everything is really, really slow, like you said. And Bilibili's still expecting them to rotate.
Okay, Yosemite does find Som.
Two through the TP right now.
It looks like they were intending for this retake from the start. If it came towards the side, and what a shot! Couldn't quite claim the third, and now NRG dig in on the site. Trying to pry these players apart will be difficult, but they're doing it, leaving it all to Crashies. 2 flashes now mollied off. A 1v3 ain't easy. Finds the first, but the trade. Bilibili off to a belting start, picking up the pistol.
And you see NRG being so cautious. We respect that at the beginning, but then you see Bilibili just completely disrespecting everything, and NRG fall into their trap. Yosemite can't get pushed out of elbow. That was their one. When you talk about win conditions on that round, that's all he needs to do is stay alive.
Finished. Played his life so well. That is wild.
And they just have this triple on all sides of the map, all sides of this site, controlled, elbow, spawn, hookah. They could have even taken more time and gone long. That's a beautiful pistol there.
And just kind of pausing for thought, roll your minds back to the Fnatic game and what a different look Bilibili had in that. They look petrified out of the server, stun locked near on.
Yep.
Coming in, they picked back up in that almost post-timeout form they had against NRG, that confidence there, the composure's there. And Ardis, that's enough for him. Takes down Bianc, IGL removed.
I mean, talk about a difference as well for Bilibili against Fnatic. For NRG against Zeta, it was Ardis who was the man who stepped up. Had almost 50 kills in 2 maps.
Oh.
And what are these trips, Lauren? I mean, what
just
am
saw
I looking at?
What?
Re-clear. This is, remember, they're anti-eco, so down a man.
Cleaning up. Equalizing up to a 4-4. Gotta be careful on the fallback as there is presence towards Shower.
Yeah, but perfect hit.
Oh, Som!
Is there a gap there? How come he got through with no noise?
It must have been a mistake, but now Finesse, can he exploit it again? K-Knight's on the case.
Oh, he saw
that's
his
a
elbow.
pixel, and that's a body. K-Knight gonna claim it, and look at this position from Rin. Lovely work.
That's bingo.
3 standing. Bulldog still there. Bilibili happy to get past that second.
Absolutely a success there. They maintained the bonus despite losing that first kill from Ardis, which was a great shot.
Yeah.
But then I mean, that re-clear, that's not something you're expecting from the underdog team in the second round here when you already lose something on the eco. You think, oh gosh, when I'm looking at that, I'm thinking they don't want to get eco. No, they should start barreling up, turtling down. And it doesn't happen. Wow. Bilibili on the aggressive. Is there a double satchel here from Victor? He loves to do that, but usually he does it from way farther back. So again, slow here.
NRG going to take their time, having to get a read of this game, and the challenge already from Rin. He's just walked along. It looks like Ardis might have a concept of what's going on here, considering how he's approaching this.
Maybe expecting a flash through, something like that, but not a just solo Brim.
Re-smokes himself and just sits, holding so much map space, so much map control for them. Surprised they haven't let Bianc rotate away from this, but maybe feeling there's that flash we were looking for, but contact on the other side. It's Crashies to go down first.
And Finesse is way past, so they can't recover the spike. They have to fall back. Rin through the TP.
Oh my word, this is getting so messy here. Ardis could bail them out.
Yeah.
If he can isolate one, if he can get Bianc down, but look at Bianc's timing on this. Slipping away again to elbow, just playing his life. He doesn't need to overextend. He needs to wait for the support from Yosemite to come in. He's fallen. The gates are open. Yosemite's got a chance to try and climb onto this, but with a smoke to CT, the plant should be coming in. NRG could claw this back. Okay, maybe not with that. Ardis wanted all that space, all that security, and it gets taken away. Som called upon, down at 8 HP though. He's low. And look at what's remaining. Still the rifle with YZ, still the Bulldog with K-Knight. They still have so much damage to be done here. The post-plant setup dependent on long.
Yeah, Som still has that molly, so if they buy a little bit of time and then get that to actually start ticking, Victor doing what he can.
Time to go, though, on towards the defuse. That's halfway. Where is
the
that
molly? Didn't come.
Where is the molly? This is right in front of their faces! NRG made to look sloppy here.
What's going on there by Som? He had it in his inventory. Did he not have the lineup in his head? That's my question, because he just walks all the way into hookah, way too slow to be there for Victor. Definitely a miscommunication on what was going on in that instance.
And I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I'll run you through the stats of how unlikely Bilibili is to do this to NRG at this point in the tournament. I'll tell you that when we get there. But for now, they have done so well. Yeah, Chet, happy as ever. I mean, I wouldn't be smiling after this start. This is echoes of that first appearance, all the goodness that we saw with Bilibili coming back through here. NRG on, look at this buy.
Yeah, and right at the beginning of the game, too. on Lotus. Remember, it was a couple rounds for Bilibili to get started here right away. They put NRG's feet to the flame.
This is a lot of pressure coming in, though. 3-2 split. Simplistic, yes, but K-Knight going to try and fill the space towards Shower. Still has the support on the site. That's Yosemite there. So Victor noted again. Creep up towards the site beginning. Artist starting to try and get a grip on this, but K-Knight still not checked on, and the nades work. Victor's gone down. Yes, Artist trades. He gets himself towards the site, but they just went in a brawl. They just want to fight this out. And now a 2v2. There's upgrades everywhere. They've got the rifles, and they're going to have the plant. This can't happen to NRG again. Oh, beautiful from FNS. And the Seeker reveals Rin's position. What are you meant to do in a 1v2 like this? Tap on the spike. He wants a 1v1. It's not going to be fair. Looks towards FNS and crashes to the side. There's still a shot at the... Oh! Timing a little off there, and Crashy's not going to drop the ball. NRG finally getting one on that board.
And like we mentioned, that was a light buy from NRG. Not exactly one that they should be favored in. And it seems like we might have finally an NA team as the hometown heroes in the audience so far. But like I said, that one, Bilibili is diving through smokes one by one. It's not exactly the same coordination we saw in those first three, so maybe feeling those first 3 rounds a little bit, getting the energy too far ahead of themselves.
You want to play?
Again, we saw that being punished by Fnatic when they walked those smokes, when they got in their faces. Fnatic were very well prepared for that. NRG looking to shift gear into being prepared, and the ults, as you just heard coming through, the tour de force is there for Ardis.
It kind of feels like the way that NRG playing so far is against a team who's going to W key you at all costs, right? So slow, so careful, constantly trying to do the most with as little util spent. You're not seeing early boom bot, nothing like that. Lots of ults here, though.
Yeah. Both sides to boot. 4-to-1 stack as well. Bilibili putting all the eggs in what looks like the right basket. Ardis closing in slowly, played in Bianca here. Flash gonna force them away, but no big swing. But Ardis is taking chip damage, but he takes down YZ. Spray not gonna do as much as they'd want with just that stinger. They've got the opening pick.
All that damage getting healed up instantly too. Very nicely done from Ardis with pressure on all sides too. The flash, the spam. Looks like he's in good form today. Looking to see Victor. He's trying to get the timings right now, trying to listen for what the rotate is, and it's actually come. There's only one player from 4 a moment ago.
Oh, but Bianca was filthy with it before, and he still is. Isolates Victor comfortably, and yes, Ardis is drawing their attention, but it is still going to be towards his B site. So it all falls towards the IGL. Bianca has to be absolutely paramount. Bianca's taking down Ardis, so they can all turn attention, and he looks towards Long, takes down another. 1v1s, he's winning, but NRG takes the site. Just about to get the plant, but look at Rin flying out of the smoke. Som's ready for it, catches one and a second. NRG clutching onto the game. This is on a nice edge though.
And you can tell how that pressure's affecting both sides. In those final moments, again, Bilibili diving through the smoke out of hookah, trying to pop out super fast, and Som as well, so good to actually maintain that. They were really trying to force that 2v1 when the spike's being planted, but that smoke makes it really unfavorable. Good thing there, NRG used a lot of those ults. Meanwhile, Bilibili used almost nothing, and they've got even more of a stack now. 4 up above. Here's that double satchel I was referencing. Just with the flash, is there something to push this back?
K-Knight's still standing on this, so does give away the position. This is a dead man. Yeah, absolutely. K-Knight gone, flash through the TP, and a response. They're trying to dig in on this. Oh, Crashies. So clean with it. Keeps composure, keeps the round. It's looking great for NRG. As Bilibili tried to get proactive again, investing the ults into some of this.
Yep.
And that should be picked up. Yeah, FNS not falling for it now.
That push through from Bilibili, well considered, but NRG already ready for it. Som instantly smokes the teleporter, so those 2 players get stuck. They can't do anything to help out. YZ, who's satcheling and throwing out his ult, trying to get a little bit more. He only gets Victor, that's it. Look at this smoke. How do you clear this? You're stuck in the TP when you need to get out. Otherwise, there's reinforcements coming in from NRG.
And it has forced the hand of Bilibili now. They've hit the brakes a little, want to slow it down. And we have been seeing these early timeouts. We saw it on the first time these two met as well. I think it was 0-5 pumped the brakes, checked in with the coach, came back in, and actually started to run the game. Now, this is much more competitive at a 3-3, but it looks like NRG are starting to read what was really working for Bilibili in that earlier series.
Yeah, and I think now that they've gotten a couple rounds under their belt, NRG is thinking back to some of the things they were saying in all the interviews. You heard from Finesse, just play our own game against Bilibili here. Artist saying, there's no way we lose to this team. Those are the sorts of things that they're starting to revitalize within the team atmosphere right now. Whereas for Bilibili, I want to see, I want to see that judge a little bit. I want to see them take it to him, which really hurt NRG last time mentally. It's so tough to deal with a player like YZ. He's got the op online, so long range judge.
Yes. I wonder if that's a bit of a key back into this. Still a couple of ults to invest as well. They have 3 in their pockets. It was YZ who invested it in just that round gone. But looking at the cycle of things, I mean, you've got Crashy's 1 off his, 2 away from FNS's, a couple of key components coming online for NRG very soon. But again, I feel like NRG have somewhat dealt with their demons facing Bilibili here, and those just couple of rounds dealt with key factors. Yosemite, though, off the rip, going invest here. And look at YZ going walkabouts. There are 2 players just around the corner. Victor could be the first. He wants to stand for this. He's got support. He's seen the player. Pain Shell posted. He's in danger. He's taking the TP and left Bianc all alone. Oh dear, that's messy. Perfect work from NRG, herding them around and even expecting the swing. Artist punishing this confidence, this aggression, and K-Knight is on the run, and there's nowhere to hide.
Calling the herd. Everything perfect here out of NRG. A team that really knows exactly what's going to happen out of timeouts. Chet's so good with that. So good with understanding where the ults can be used. I'm surprised as well. Yosemite puts down his pit instantly on that round. That's something that NRG would absolutely destroy. Instead, they target YZ. That's beautiful stuff. Artist literally just holding the door in front of him. That's just ridiculous.
Seemed so aware of it. Good to see Artist now starting to kick up a little bit. Had a fabulous game previously. This could be another notch on the bedpost here. Yosemite slowly but surely getting close. He's actually got him. Right, well, that's Artist gone, but anything else would be surprising. I doubt NRG want to lose much more here.
I mean, that's kind of surprising that Yosemite is
hunting.
Yeah, he's hunting. He's the one saving. I'm a little confused there. Artist is just chilling.
Yep. Well, they've recovered the operator too, so that's in the hands of Som. So that'll be gifted over to Artist. So he's not too fussed about it. Money's looking very healthy for NRG too.
I mean, remember, they won previously. That first round that they got was off a light buy. That, what it does to your economy is massive. So we'll have to see how Artist chooses to use it. Does he go down back towards long now that that op is not in YZ's hands?
I see a judge though.
And it's Bianc. It's not even YZ. So he's playing up in hookah. That's a good spot for it. Saw on that Loud Navi game how impactful it still was on this map.
Again, NRG erring on the side of caution, but slowly making progress, kind of leaving Artist as that counterweight on the other side of the map. It was a 4-to-1 stack here. K-Knight, the only one present on the A site.
Yeah. In these 4 rounds that we saw NRG now streak these together, you saw a lot of Bilibili just sending it. And I think in the timeout, Bilibili needed to calm that down a little bit, play with a more controlled pace. Where this slow style from NRG actually would be counterproductive.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
FNS just slipping that a little bit deeper, double checking on the drop. As we noted, K-Knight was still here, but he was the only player here, so this retake is a long way off. And the only rifle is on Yosemite. So, again, that pause here, just taking a second or two, making sure the ult goes down. And look at this, it's so secure here. Very, very difficult to even just close that gap, to bring those stingers in, to bring that judge in. Victor doesn't want to be corralled or left in the corner. Dips back through to the Viper's pit, and the pressure starts coming in. Seeker's trying to be the instigating factor. Victor overwhelmed! Yeah, Bianc's trying this one, but they're finding them. Artist goes down, it's all on Yosemite. A 1v3 is so much to ask for. The time starting to tick away here. Finesse and Som still on the side. He's not going to let it slip here. Finesse, beautiful start, beautiful close. NRG really getting a grip on Bilibili now.
This is exactly why playing NRG in revenge matches is so difficult. This isn't even a map they played, but you can see masterclass from Finesse there, using a little different wall, one that we haven't really seen for quite a long time. This is one of the Viper walls that we saw right at the beginning of it. We saw a little bit of it yesterday by Na'Vi. And he allows himself to get into a weird lurk angle right in front of that truck. That's not what you're expecting from Lamps. And against a team like Bilibili, who's inexperienced at playing on the international stage, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to adapt to that fast.
I love this little set piece here. Clearing through basically secures you showers from the very offset, either forces them to fight or to fall. And you can see that Bilibili opted to fall away towards site. 3 players posted on this. They do have a full purchase. They do have the ult in Rin's pocket. But NRG, hold on.
Nice.
I mean, stalls them out, but it draws out the ult. They'll take that.
That's important, though, from Crashies. He's using his dog there to try to get a stun for Som to ult him. So neutering that gives them a lot more room, but they still have layers to deal with, still have that Brim ult. And they've swapped the Cypher off of this A side, who had a lot of anti-Victor double satchel trips that we saw earlier, scratching our head about them.
You can see them working in almost tandem here. Over towards Long. That's a pinch. Artist should be dead. He is. Took a second to get there, but it gets the job done. But this wasn't where the bulk of NRG is. They're still looking towards that A side, but losing out on Artist does take away from this. They get to pull that 4th player over. You can see the fight, but NRG just claimed 2 kills out of nowhere.
What just happened? Spotted the elbow. Ults as well to try to confirm, but he gets a second still.
They're on the run. They're trying to get towards B as fast as they can. Caught in the hills. K9 on the punish. NRG couldn't escape it. And the mayhem of that round just got caught up in favor to Bilibili.
I mean, how did he make it there that fast? That guy was playing on B. He's the guy chasing them through the TP? Okay.
Again, NRG even finding those 2 felt. Oh, wow, watching that back. Finding some margins for K-Knight, the timing on this. And finding the play with the spike of all things too is just icing on the cake. They do break the run, right? That was 5 rounds back to back, so the money's not really an issue for NRG here. Plenty left to play with. But no ults online here. 2 away for Ardis, 3 off from Victor. The rest all utilized.
And with 3 rounds left now, all the conditioning aspects that we've been seeing in Bathroom from NRG on Long as well start to take effect. So Bilibili playing fully off of Long. No flash peek, nothing like that. In fact, the Sky, Bianc is playing all the way on A instead. Just got early info outside of Bathrooms with 1 flash. So you can kind of identify the default that's coming here from NRG.
But can they control it? Confirmation of Crashy's attendance. In the right place if they're willing to stick around. It's testing their nerve, right? You've got Ardis creeping away. A bit of a jump spot, but nothing to be noted.
Higher elevation on that too, so if there is an op, something like that, he's not going to lose his life. And we're looking at a BX that can to 3 players here from Bilibili. Molly to clear Cubby or top tube.
Yep.
This execute's going to be fierce. Victor still has double satchels to get out.
But YZ and Rin's crossfire is very nice. They know they're there, but again, these 2 players could make this really problematic because they're stalling out the time. 25 seconds, a quick TP taken. It all falls down to Bianc. The IGL, YZ catches Crashies, but still look at this pressure. Oh, he's punished Ardis. Bianc, how much more? No more. Can't do any more. Stall, 12 seconds. Som just about slips ahead. He's got the spike. Yosemite catches Victor. And now Sommy has to block. He knows he has to. And he can't do it in time. Yosemite catching FNS, punishing Som. They are matching them step for step now.
All it took was a little bit of a slowed pace. And we get a tie game. And we're getting down to this, the end of the half coming up. 2 rounds left. We had a definitely unexpected start from Bilibili, but then we also end the half with them clawing their way back when NRG seemed to have an understanding, but to me it looks like NRG's starting to run a little bit out of ideas now, especially when Bilibili doesn't have the tools to really do anything special.
Which is ridiculous in my mind. You know, when we talk about experience, you know, stage presence, international experience, you look at NRG of having depth, right? When they hit these timeouts, they should come out swinging.
Yep.
The fact they've been forced into a timeout here is huge.
Yeah.
At 5-5, they pumped the brakes. You can see Chet wants a hard grip on this game. He's not letting this one slip at all. But the fact that Bilibili were able to adjust mid-game ball is actually blowing my mind a little bit here.
It absolutely should, because this is a team, to me, when I was watching the Chinese qualifiers, was not adaptable. They were set in their ways, punishing the rest of the field, sure. But here against NRG, to talk about the depth of experience, this is their comp that they played last year right now. So in terms of strategy, that strat book should be, I mean, miles long, stacked up to the moon.
So it's like, if you want to talk about the comeback kids of NRG, right? They never lose twice. Well, one team managed it. And that was Loud at Champions, right? So that is the one name you can sit with that. Can you imagine
one of the best teams of all time?
Absolutely. During their run of sheer and utter dominance.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
And then the lower bracket, the one that's dominated by NRG, 2 losses. 1 to PaperX at Tokyo, 1 to FPX at Copenhagen, the eventual winner there. It is unbelievable how good they are in these scenarios. The fact that Bilibili is keeping them at a 5-5 is incredibly impressive, and they deserve their flowers for it. But we ain't done yet. It was a timeout. It's 5-5. We're diving back in. NRG having a little bit of that momentum and that confidence ripped away.
Early trip actually gets a lot of information there. Now that it activates, that hookah's clear. So Artis has some space to work, but he can't just break the trip. There we go.
Got there eventually. It's all right. Just took his sweet time.
Double clear down short. Could catch finesse too.
Oh, the late exploration from Bilibili.
The high-low is so perfect. Is there a flash from Crashies around this corner?
They haven't done this often, but they have done it. But doing it at this point, you can see NRG are considering it, but I don't see a flash. I see a player. I see a pixel, and so does Yosemite. But oh, YZ just dives forward on it. Yosemite's in trouble. He's having to back pivot away. He does have K-Knight.
Yeah, that information that Artis spotted of Rin falling off this site is huge. NRG's going to instantly use that to their advantage and maybe even find a pick.
But no one's long. I'm still looking at Bianc. He can punish this cross. I'm waiting to see when he pulls towards, maybe watching this. If they split towards long, then he's under pressure, but they've got to clear this,
Once
NRG.
again, they drive people.
30 seconds
oh
left.
God, oh God, Bianc! A second fall was too much to ask for, but he does catch FNS. Down to 20 seconds now, they're running out of time and they're running out of players. Down to the 3 standing. 2 flashes for Crashies, a molly with Som, but that's it. It's going to be dry all the way, and Artis and Crashies in unison doing wonders. TP taken, they know where he's at. Artis turns on a dime, waiting for it, spots it. Molly comes in. Wait, K-Knight gets him. But to find the last 2, come on. There's 2 flashes for Crashies, he can buy time.
He still has a cage to get out of this.
He doesn't even consider it. Doesn't consider it. NRG gonna punish that, catch him on the cross out, but again, how close are these rounds?
Last round
Just
in the
ridiculous. That one's on a knife's edge. Artis spotting the rotate back is so impactful, and NRG doing the best job possible at making sure they're re-clearing everything. Som on that instant trade for finesse is perfect down long. And the fact that they're also... You won the round.
Well, he's doing a mini impression. Yeah. You asked for perfection from these players. Couple of ults here, though. Victor with his, Artis as well. YZ and Bianc with theirs. You can hear it off the rip. Artis wants to lead the way. Got a punishing pick towards YZ early on, but I think they've learned their lesson here. Don't particularly want to go walkabouts again. And we start the game. NRG showing they're willing to play slow. They're willing to play fast. Those pace changes have been shown.
I like this. What the last 2 rounds have been for Artis has been taking the space that they've been giving and putting a trip in it. It's not as advanced this time. And YZ's a weird box to stand on. That could definitely catch Artis, who's been great with his crosshair placement, clearing every little thing.
Yeah, very unorthodox. But maybe NRG trying to test out that late round aggression we have been seeing from Bilibili, but this time sticking in a little deeper.
Just remember the last round, it was multiple strange setups from Bilibili that NRG just worked through really well after not having, you know, the Trailblazer still the boombot.
Okay, Yosemite going to be checked on. Oh, the timing on the Seekers and the swing! Bianc punishing Artis! They've got to get over towards the side, though. You can see Victor does take down Yosemite. I thought he might have missed that for a moment, but no. It is a 3v3 and they've won on the side, but YZ coming flying in.
He bumped his head.
Oh, he's made a meal of it. Denied. Victor keeps him safe. FNS the same. And now just Bianc in a 1v3. This is a lot to ask. Spike's now down. They know where he's at. The singular Seeker going to make its way through. And yeah, the flashes you want. You got 3 to find, and Bian's got the first to clear. Not clean enough to find FNS on the first try. 4 bullets, 3 targets. It's too many. NRG stamping their authority on the end of this half.
We all thought that Bilibili clawing that lead back to make it a tie game was a sign that NRG was slipping, and all of a sudden, last 2 rounds of the half in really nice fashion, ripping apart everything, but you can tell some nerves here on the stage still for Bilibili that they're working through match after match.
The potential of that squad is off the charts, so to keep it at a 5-7 is highly impressive, but can they do it on that secondary half? That's the question we're going to find out, but before we do, let's hear from Artis for a second.
I think Zeta was strong today, to be honest, and to be honest, we should have won bind a bit more comfortably, but we lost both pistols, and a few key rounds just didn't go our way. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that Haven, I just couldn't do over a foot wrong. I think we 13-1'd them, and the 1 round they won was just literally a hero round from like one of the players. In a normal game, they should have got 13-0, but you know what? They got 1 round, so they should be happy.
Up already, they want to seek to punish this. Good shot to connect. Artis still with another one. A 1-2 punch. 1-man army. The smoke pro making another go of the play as well. There's that connection. But it's all Artis once more.
When we played BLG last, I think we fell for the gimmicks a lot. We were trying to overcomplicate, fall for traps, falling for like little mini plays they play. So I think we just overcomplicate the game. And going into the next game, I think we're just going to focus on ourselves a lot more and just think about our play and just forget about them. We're better as a team, we have more team play, we're individually better, and I really, really expect us to win. I mean, I might be overconfident, but I don't think there's any planet that we don't win this game and go through to playoffs.
That is some confident words from a man sitting at 5-7 on a scoreline, and Bilibili coming out swinging. But again, you have to back yourself, right? You gotta be favoring yourself in this, and again, a little bit of a reminder of who they are to themselves here. They are strong favorites, but for Bilibili, claiming 5 rounds is so respectable.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, we already know that they can beat this team. They've done it before. It's not like out of the realm of possibility. It's for sure something that everybody's considering at this point. Not expecting, but still considering.
Couple more seconds now. Does NRG just run away with it now in that second half? Or does Bilibili still have a little fire in the belly here? Big game in front of them.
Gotta say, Artis tempting fate with those words, though, consistently, man.
Why has he done that
There's
to us?
no way, over and over. That's just crazy. How many players have we seen fall to that sort of bravado?
I do love it when Artis does that, though. It's still, he's one of the best villains you could ever have. Victor, actually noted early here. Got gifted a way out by the flash.
That flash from Crashes was going to come regardless, so I'd like to see Victor not use a satchel to get through. Does lose a little bit of HP, though, because of it.
Look at this 4-1. Just Artis on that A site. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first half, almost.
And it doesn't look like Bilibili want to push all the way through here. With Rin's position holding sand still, and with K-Knight all the way back behind A watching bathroom. Just want to take some control of space. Okay.
Yeah, Bian's in danger. Luckily gets away. 3 seconds for the flash, but you can see the readjustment, right? Slowly creeping towards A.
I mean, spotting the sky is actually pretty crucial here. For NRG, they think that they're going to commit to this at this point, but re-clearing, making sure, doubling down on that information.
That's nice. It's going to be fed back to Artis, and for the man who said there's no chance he can lose, he better be able to hold on to this one, being crept on slowly but surely. K-Knight's so close by, TP forced away. Sight's theirs, it's going to be a 5v5 post plant. Yes, the Rap's en route, but again, keep in mind they still have K-Knight's utility, littering the back lines. Those two will find it harder to find value.
There is a path that they're walking correctly into, but there's still a camera as well for K-Knight.
Still Yosemite too.
Yosemite could get caught off guard if they don't check that cam, though. He looks like he's lining up for something. He doesn't have any mollies, though. He's just waiting for that trip to get broken, and he's just blind.
Yeah, a little... Oh, dear. Out of Gilter and punished NRG. You can't play sloppy against this team. YZ not going to have a chance at it as NRG cleaning house. That's going to be 8 for them, kicking off the second half with a pistol. And a couple of little errors here and there, maybe mistaking some moments. Yosemite really could have had so much impact from that.
Yeah, he's got to be aware. I mean, he has the trip to even have a reflex towards the left there and mark it. Instead, he's not watching anything. And I think that is NRG prep here from Bilibili, or against Bilibili. The two trips, I mean, it's like they walked perfectly where they expected them. Full intention the entire time as well. So they'll take the pistol this time. See how solid this anti-eco can be.
Okay, I see a Marshall coming out. I see a light shield for Bianc, a flash, Sheriff for Rin, and a ghost for Yosemite. So it's got a little something to it, but the spam alone.
That's beautiful.
Really punishing Yosemite on that slip up towards short. Trying to draw the attention towards K-Knight, but I mean, Yosemite is bleeding at 11. Close quarters, crashes. He's going to get bailed out by Victor if he needs it, but right now he's holding the line perfectly until then. Overwhelmed. They find an angle that works, and Bianc's going to get that.
Victor not using his nade there too. As soon as Crashes dies, he actually holds on to it, knowing that they can always get out. But if Crashes was still up, that combination could have been deadly. 1 for 1 on the round so far, and Artis is again playing solo, and again we're seeing this reclear down long. Might find a little bit more though here.
That's nice from Victor. YZ's gone. They can't make mistakes though, and they're not. Clean.
Down B.
Yeah, this is much nicer from NRG, keeping control. Good part. Oh, come off here, what a shot. 30 HP, you don't expect a player in the corner. You do not expect. Young FNS sat in the corner waiting. Yeah, so eventually keeping control, but again, couple of key moments here. Bilibili making it a little costly. Yes, they keep 2 up, but still keeping this competitive.
No, that's massive. That's huge damage from the Bilibili side. And I think it's actually a full canceled bonus. We'll see. As it looks like a timeout coming in for Bilibili. But they're walking back up to the space that they kind of know NRG, because of how late that flank came. You kind of know that they walked down on that pistol round. Here, Bilibili just continuously bring it back up after the initial spat between Crashes and them. They run away and come back up when NRG's refacing. That's the danger. And sure, NRG come out of that initial tussle, but they lose some of the space, right? They can't walk back into B because they don't have hookah control anymore. Those are the considerations that are happening in the NRG's player's mind and why it becomes difficult.
I've got to give credit here to, again, Bilibili for pushing NRG to these places, because, again, when watching Bilibili against Fnatic, it felt very, very one-sided. They almost too much respect, but here, I'm loving the amount of reclears, willingness to challenge, to get in the face, take a brawl, take a fight, because actually, you've got to say NRG mechanically are still one of the best. I mean, some of the records could be broken today for these players of being literally one of the top fraggers in the entire international sort of scene. So it's very much impressive to see them pick themselves up. But again, this half has started perfectly until this round, right? This is the one that Bilibili will have an upper hand in.
I mean, you saw the stats in the pre-show between Bianc and Finesse.
It
2 global matches played for the Bilibili players and like 70 or something like that for NRG. Just ridiculous, the amount. And Victor's actually 2 kills off of breaking Ye's record right now for most kills.
I miss Ye.
Where's he gone?
Bring him back. For now, though, NRG going to try and cobble together a purchase here that could be up to scratch. Guardians out, but the main one, the one to watch towards, would be Victor, potentially Son with the Bulldog. Judge, yes, there for FNS. Timing. Didn't quite get the corner swing with the dog, but forcing Victor away slightly. And then falling away again. Playing with timing here. Bilibili not particularly willing to commit just yet.
Just grabbing that orb. Rotating away. Again, it's been 3 rounds of a lot of B presence here. Yosemite got punished last time by walking up. Ooh, there's been a satchel play up here for Psalm. Way up high, the Brimstone player. And if you see the nade from Victor, you see him jump spotting anywhere else, all of a sudden you're not looking at anything. And remember, what we saw from a player up here on truck before, you see Psalm is actually tucking his gun into the wall.
But it's going to be Ardis. Oh dear, the timing. Getting super close. Almost giving him a haircut, but he's giving up the sight. A little awkward on the way out, but it's fine. Plant's going to come in, but it is a 5v5 post plant.
Yeah, and nade is
that pain shell. Oh, Victor's got him. Bianc goes down. They give themselves the early advantage here.
Cage to play in. K-Knight with 3, though, to deal with.
That's so many, and FNS. Wait! YC! Eviscerating 3 on elbow! breaking him, and look at the flag. Yosemite stabs him in the back. Bilibili cleaning up here. Making light work of NRG. That was a lighter purchase, but still a 5v5 post plant. That was a lot to work through.
Absolutely, and to stay up with 3 in the anti-bonus, that's something that we don't really mention a lot here while we're casting, but that's huge because they're able to actually contend with what comes out of NRG next. And it comes up to the bank economically, still staying in this game.
They've given themselves a potential 7th. Oh, Chen. Sweet summer child, Chen.
I mean, that's one that you can't even really be mad at. They're coming 3 together.
Yep.
And Bilibili just has more. They all lined up.
So I'm working towards his ult. He's 1 off now, but you can see the buy. It's Sheriff Stinger. I mean, a judge for artists.
Yeah, remember the anti-eco damage that was done.
Bilibili playing so deep. Look how passive this default is.
Yeah. Notes of what we saw in the first half from NRG at the beginning of the game. But here, no space taken at all. They're just looking for where they're pushing, really expecting something like that to come out. It's not coming, though.
Also potentially trying to feel out the stack. We saw a 4-1 stack before, maybe just trying to get the lay of the land. Drawing out a little bit of that utility early on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them throw out the Trailblazer. See, is there a reaction? Is there multiple pieces of util, something like that? Any trap to find.
The Pain Shell. And Victor found, but there is plenty of bodies here. Som is one of them. The timing on this could be terrible for him, but he comes out perfectly, punishing one Victor on the follow-up. But Bilibili trading out very well, giving himself a little bit of safety for the plant, but we know the last 2 players are pretty far away. They're over on the B side, FNS and Artis. This is very difficult. Sheriff in hand for FNS. Artis jump spotting, trying to get a little bit closer with that judge. Could clear through very well here. A domain that it could work. Oh my god. Oh my god, Yosemite's just around the corner. Are they going to try and walk this Artis? The timing! He gets neither of them! Not even that much damage. Yes, Yosemite a little lower, but it doesn't particularly play in FNS, who couldn't find anyone in shower. They're all congregating around this, and I know he's wishing they'd peek him, and they're giving him nothing. Bilibili, 3 standing. Make it through another round. And I'm waiting for that buy to come back here for NRG. I'm looking at the ults as well.
Yeah, plenty of key ones coming up. 2 instances where this could have got really nasty.
Yep.
This first one where they're jumping through the smoke, spacing phenomenal in that case. And then here with Artis. That could have been 2 players dead with 1 shot. That's the sort of thing that you're looking at, but maybe Artis should be picking up the judge a little bit more, get some more experience, and then he could have got both. That's all I'm saying.
You should tell him that after the game. Depending how it goes. 7-9 now, this is where it gets so contested. Big round for NRG, back on the buy, couple of ults. Som with his Victor as well. 2 off from Crashies. Finesse not a million miles away, but it looks pacey.
And look, like only the Cypher. Yeah. Only the Cypher's walking up long there. And that's important because Victor has his ult. Usually the trap play is going to come out of long. If there's a target from Crashies spotted, anybody from range, he pops that, goes fast.
Well, they don't like something they've seen. They're backing away from this. Maybe wanting to re-explore towards A. Maybe they could catch Artis on walkabouts, but he does have the operator, so...
They should know that he has that up, that he has money for it, so how do they choose to deal with it? Because he's got an advanced position that he can absolutely get punished at.
But speaking of punish, look at this late walkout. Catching Crashies. Som not able to swing either. Ooh. And the Boombot's going to confirm that someone is there. Now Artis has to come back. He has to be paranoid about this. But do they stick in this 2-2? I guess they have to. Exactly going to go in, and Artis desperate for an angle. You can see him trying to work for one. Bilibili getting close though, keeping it quiet. The ult's going to go through, deny so much of this space.
30 seconds
This is before the plant though, and this makes it a little difficult to actually get it down. Either way, nobody on site except for Artis, but the Brim ult
forces them running.
Buy some time.
Yosemite trying to control towards CT, disallow anyone to come back through, but Artis can't really escape from this. You're going to hear the ult. 13 seconds, it's getting so close, so down to the wire, but they found Artis. We know the Victor was around as well. Bian's looking for him, can't find him in time. A secondary ask for that plant. It's on the other side of the map. Som's read it though. He's got here early. They're scrambling towards B.
Coming through spawn, Victor and Finesse walking, making it uncertain where they're coming from.
K-Knight watching this though, should have the favorable find, and he does with YZ! catching off both and leaving Som, who's already got 30 HP, alive. And K-Knight, he's feeling confident, and rightly so. Bilibili switching it up on a dime. I didn't even see him take the TP. I didn't even see him get to the other side.
That's beautiful. When Victor's ult is coming out, was when they double TP'd there. And the important part, K-Knight was there ahead of the play, so he's holding the space, fighting Som, making sure that plant goes down. And this is what I love the most out of what I'm seeing from Bilibili. The double peek up on top, knowing there's no more tools. They don't have flashes, they don't have a Trailblazer. There's nothing left for the NRG players to rely on there. We saw it a lot in that first half, and here again, it's working out. The fundamentals are looking fantastic out of this Chinese squad.
Damn, that's a brave sign to be holding up. I like it though, good artwork. But a timeout. Because I think we've been seeing Chet's cam getting worse and worse and worse, right? Even in their wins, it was still like downhill.
I think that sign was Chet after the game, actually. Growing old.
Man, this is...
That's crazy.
I just can't believe the caliber we're seeing out of Bilibili against NRG. Because, again, we highlighted at the start, and there's only so many times I can say it, but this isn't a scenario that NRG ever look out of sorts in. And this is their map choice.
Yep.
This is the one they decided was probably their safest point to come into.
It's the most legendary NRG core map, right?
Absolutely.
The spine is where finesse works magic so often. And that round, it felt like there was some magic coming through. The reads were really nice. The Brim ult was perfect against the Viper's Pit, but it felt like Bilibili was actually a step ahead. For them, usually dropping a pit before you get that plant down is a big red flag for me, but all they're doing is actually trying to get that util out. Both ults used, nothing found out of NRG.
That's going to be a round to watch back, and it could potentially be heartbreaking for NRG, but for now, we look at this buy. Take a second. It's pistols, it's light shields, it's not much. So this should be, and more than likely could be, 9-9, unless we get some heroics from one of the NRG players, because Bilibili have been playing a great game so far. Big opportunity. Patient beginnings. Can't get ahead of themselves here. Give a little bit of a moment for NRG, they will absolutely take this game back.
It feels like they're playing slow, but in fact, 3 players going to try to punish here. And Victor's left completely on an island now that he falls out, and Molly's perfect. Not quite. The satchel to try to push him in.
Just about, and they still clear it. They still clear, so diligent. Crashes, hold up. You're gonna need more though. You brought it back to an even playing field, but you still need more. Has a flash, invest, one more up in 5. Maybe another single fight, and he's looking for it. Trying to buy time, trying to draw attention. Artist is en route. They're getting out of there once again. They are running. They are scrambling to the other side of the map.
And look, they're holding on to Market, holding on to the TP as well.
Upgrades though, they've got 2 rifles here. Yosemite, this position might work wonders, and it does. Gets to fall away, notes Artist, forces him further back, doesn't need to take another fight. He's buying time. He's keeping 2 of them in this position. They can't cross here.
Both players outside of Yosemite are coming back down Market in a weird spot too, no matter what happens here.
Oh, Artist clears the first, but again, look at these positions. You might give it a glance, but you don't put all faith that both players are here, and they don't at all! Bilibili getting past NRG, tying up the scoreline at 9 apiece. Do they actually take the lead?
This is the tough one. The gun round now, but have to commend them again, Lauren. These fundamentals, how do 3 players make the perfect decision? Both these players come off of site through bathroom while Yosemite's delaying all of that space, and that is completely impossible to conceive.
I wish I knew. I wish I could answer any of this. You can watch this back time and time again, and it still feels like you wouldn't end on the right answer.
Artist in trouble, op down short, 5 players gonna try to face him. Insta-boom bot? What is that?
I feel like they're aware, they're reading this so well. Understanding the intentions, and keeping Artist quiet is genuinely a hard feat. But they're still going to pressure the issue. Still want to swarm towards the site.
Up top with the flash.
He's going for it, 1 leg shot lands, but it's not enough, YZ. And look at this aggression. They play behind it. K-Knight catches that finesse. They get the spike down. They have the man advantage.
Trailblazer to clear bathroom is pretty important, but look at Rin, he's playing post-plant, Molly and Brimmel, and they're still not clearing lamps.
You got to get a move on NRG, you don't have the time for this, and right now Victor is desperate for it. Gets him as much as he can, but calling in the ult, they do not want to let this slip. And Victor left with a chance, and it's a thin one. He wishes he had a half on it. You can already see it. Isolates for him, but there's the molly. Time is his biggest opponent, and Yosemite still denies. Bilibili taking the lead. I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Just ridiculous.
Look at the money. Look at NRG's
It's broken.
money.
Yeah, they've got Artis' tour de force. Yeah, they've got Victor Showstopper, so this is definitely not a done deal on this round, but my goodness. Bilibili showing up.
Somehow, Bilibili are the absolute kryptonite for NRG in what is their strongest area in these pressure situations. They're best in them. And back to business, though. Early investment on the ult. Now, we saw earlier on that immediate boombot that came down, checking on this sort of thing, but you can see Artis wants to disrespect this further.
I'm wondering. That Stinger breaking the trip. It tripped even close, by the way. That's even an odd position right there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? What? How is he alive? That looked on the money.
I mean, the two things I pointed out as key factors here from NRG, gone. That ult needs to be looked at.
Yeah, give us a replay on that one. The rest of this, I mean, NRG are in pieces. They invested everything in towards short. It looked good for it. It looked like they had potentially 2 big kills.
But I think the important part, that crossfire there, Yosemite is the one making the noise, so Victor goes to ult him, he gets tunnel visioned, and K-Knight able to capitalize still.
Oh, I thought he could have had a second there.
Yeah, just a couple more seconds to aim, and he would have gotten a second for sure.
Okay, FNS. A frenzy in FNS.
And there's not really much for him to do here, right? Damn, he has his ult. Damage to the economy is almost non-existent.
Now you already got K-Knight on 5K. Hello. Oh, you saw him! You saw him thinking about it. I was waiting for the axe to come out. 11. What world are we living in here? Look at the streak around.
That's crazy. NRG just the pistol and the anti-eco in this game, in this half. Oh! Wait, what?
How?
Oh, it's the block up top. Wait, no, I don't even. It's just farther away, I guess. Damn. That's not even one I can say anything about. I think that's just too far. I think that's just a missed ult.
I think so.
Has chat talked for the last 2 hours?
If one man can change it, it would be Artis, but right now he is not getting any respite. There is no rest here for him. They've kept him checked, kept him outside of the game pretty much. Early ult invested from FNS, he feels the pressure.
He's getting pinched already right now.
And look at YZ, he's coming in for it. Oh, of course he gets that one.
Why is his magnetic?
Crashies though, perfect placement on the smoke. We know they love to walk these smokes. They get disrespected. Crashies stands tall, but only for a moment. Falls down, the site becomes available, but a 2v3. Surely this is the answer back. Surely. Plants in. You got Yosemite, you got YZ. Not much to play. They're going for a walk, they're going for a walk, and Tom has no idea. He's still got him. Yosemite falls. Does he expect YZ? He absolutely does, but uses the second. Not a chance. Victor gets him on double digits, breaks the trend. But that still felt close.
There was a moment there where it looked like the dagger was about to be put into the back of the North Americans. Especially once this ult hits, once that pit falls. I think overcommitting though, overextending into the site before really getting much more.
Yeah.
And you can see Crashy's taking full advantage of that with the plant going down, the nade coming in at the same time.
But again, moments like that for me are why Crashies are one of the best in the game.
Yep.
Like he will get you 2 that are gateways back into a round. And maybe not as flashy as some, but I mean Crashies is truly a workhorse for NRG right now. The only one to break the trend truly. At 11 to 10 though, we go back through. Exchange. Oh, YC got Artis! He's punished him! Artis has been slippery to deal with and potentially spotted both. Not sure if he noted Crashies there, but he's certainly going to know those presence.
I mean, that's huge. Artis has such impact on defense, no matter where he is, no matter what he's doing in terms of killing people. He's been the pinpoint for NRG, the guy who's leading the charges in most of these aggressive plays. So not having that tool allows Bilibili to spend their time freely. Interesting person to pick up the orb there. K-Knight is the Cypher he just used his, and
Okay, stall towards long. 48 seconds. TP on the run. Who's over here? It's going to be Victor. Can he hold them back?
He's got a nade.
Could be essential 35 seconds. Seekers. Oh, just a shot in the dark and it works. Seekers going to come on through, but still.
30 seconds.
It's Yosemite. It's Yosemite! No respect! And the ult! Hold on. Does he dare? He's thinking about it, because look at the position the K-Knight's got, but Yosemite's still working!
They're coming back. They're leaving the pit. 20 seconds. They've got to make a decision here.
But they're going towards Crashies. This guy can be so clutch for them. As I said, the workhorse for NRG. A chance for him. 10 seconds. Forced off the angle. Yosemite's so diligent in this. FNS on the way over. The double investment. They don't want any more threats from this. Bilibili with 3 standing. This could be 12. Finesse.
Toxins going up.
Next couple of steps critical to this. Crashy's trying to play through first. Gets to the site. He's got the one. And Finesse with another. But Yosemite has been monstrous.
There's no way. He has no room to work in front of that wall. Just none. You're talking inches. He has no vision whatsoever.
And a side like this. He's the one who broke this round back in their favor. Look at what he's doing to him. Doesn't matter the side.
He can't see. He's blinded by the wall.
It's 12. It's 12 for Bilibili, 12 to 10.
It's match point. How in the world?
How are we here?
Still huge tools for NRG, but the buy is not great. Crashy's Victor, the 2 guys who have been key for this team on Stingers.
The crowd are trying to will it into existence, but Bilibili have been near on faultless on this half. Artis again.
I like this.
Up.
Playing
Good
in front
spam.
of the lurk. This is beautiful from Artis. In combination with Finesse taking contact first, it could really do some work.
They already chipped him down, already invested the heal. They know there's bodies here, they know there's presence, but they force the first away. Now they take towards the site. Traditional smokes in place. Plant could be coming, but we know they're slippery. You can't rotate early players over. FNS now on the chopping block! The double swing! They're taking him over! Odds there, denies the plant, but they wait, they pause. For just a second, Artis still here, 39 HP, ain't much to play with. Even when the Stingers, they've still got Crashies with the ult as well. And now this is just getting uncomfortable, so close to each other. 5 standing for Bilibili.
Teleport's ready.
And Artis has a little bit of an angle, not much. 30 seconds left. And the TP's taken. Crashies. Oh god, K-Knight punished them on the way
There's
back
another.
through. Big trade. They get upgrades, but they didn't expect Yosemite to be here. They are running them
Crashy's
ragged.
still though.
Crashies, you've got to go. Absolute god tier mode. He's taking him down, denied the plant. 10 seconds now. Seeker's coming in. Stops falling. It's all on Crashies. Or truly the unthinkable begins. The high flash, the swing. He's blind and he's dead. Bilibili upsetting on map 1. The cornerstone of NRG's map pool has crumbled.
A ridiculous start, one that nobody expected, even though nobody believed after what we saw in that first matchup. And NRG, all of a sudden, things are coming back to that Champions 2021.